to Rambling with Yanira, the podcast, episode 7. Oh my god. I haven't posted in 3-4 weeks. I am so sorry, guys. So today we are doing a cute little special episode, which is the sleepover episode, and I hope you guys are happy. I have a little bear right next to me just like for the funsies, but I am not holding it anymore. I just wanted it for like the cover. Anyways, yes. This is the sleepover episode, so get your PJs on. I know I post this at 12 every single day, so not 12 in the morning, 12 p.m. So I know you're probably dressed up and ready to go for the day, but I'm so sorry. So let's get started. Yeah, episode 7. I haven't posted in weeks because guess what? Your girl was in her final days of school. Last like 3-4 weeks, but like last month, and you know, for some reason the last month is when you get like very drained because you've gone through the whole year of school. So it was like I'm not exactly loving this, but it was okay because I made through, and guess who passed her finals? Yes. My teachers have not fully graded all my stuff. I might have 3 A's and 1 B, or 2 B's and 2 B's and 2 A's. But I don't care because I passed. I'm like so incredibly happy. I would like to thank myself for making through the year. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. It was really fun. Today was, this last finals week wasn't exactly like the funnest, most amazing moment of my life, but I made it through, and I'm going to be a junior. No, I'm not a junior yet. So I was like having this discussion with my friends, being like, no, I'm actually not a junior. I'm a junior until I step in to school that exact day. Like, I'm not a junior until that. Anyways, peep the pajamas. They're Nutcracker PJs. They're the only set I have, I believe. I have like fluffy PJs, but like there's no top with it. Like, I'll wear like a pink top and then like my pink cheetah pants. You know what I mean? I'm not wearing anything matching with that, so I'm wearing this. It's like a little set, so love it. Anyways, it's currently night, like 9 p.m. And it's because the sun goes down to like 7:30, and that's like not even fully, and I want it to be pitch black out there. The scary thing though is that you can see through my window, of course, because I have my blinds up, and you can see through the window if like the lights are on. So it's a little weird, but yeah. My hand, okay. So yeah, I passed my finals. So let's talk about my summer plans. I have nothing. I'm a very boring person. I've talked about this so many times, but like, I don't care. Also, if you're like actually watching like me talk and not like listening, don't mind how my hair looks uneven. It's not. It's because this piece is not tucked behind my ear, and these pieces are. So this piece looks like longer than the other, but that besides the point. Summer plans. So I've already talked about this like with my last episode, which was 3 weeks ago, so you don't remember, so if I can give you a refresher, my mom and I are going to be going swimming like basically every day because I don't have school and I have nothing else to do in my life. So yeah, I really have nothing. Next week I'm going to my sister's baby shower, which is in a different city, so I'm very excited for that. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I love going to see my nephew. She's going to have twins, so I'm gonna have even more nephews. Yeah, 2 are on the way, and then she already has one, so I'm gonna have 3 nephews from her. So yeah, and like summer plans, I don't know, babysitting. Not like technically, my sisters like I don't think they trust me with like her full-on infant. He's like 3 months, and the other one's like literally a couple of weeks, but that's like, I get to see them, so I'm very excited for that. And then swimming all the time. I have this, so I've explained this, I've been avid. I am not planning, I am for sure staying for the 4 years. Well, planning because it's like if I fail a class I get kicked out, but I'm highly doubt that. Well, let's see junior year first. But anyways, yeah, I'm like freaking out about junior year. Sidetrack, like all over my TikToks are like first semester or like first day of junior year, last day of junior year, and them looking like quite dead. I'm sorry, that's like mean, but yeah, so I'm a little scared for that one. If sophomore year was bad, imagine this year. I don't think maybe I'm saying sophomore year isn't bad because I'm off of school for 2 months, so like maybe I'm lying to myself. So, but yeah, What was I saying? Yeah, I have this Avid Summer Institute for a couple days. I'm very excited to attend. Yeah. It's like 4 days. I don't stay there, like keep driving over there. So I'm like excited for that because why not? Yeah, I have to like, it's basically just, I think it's like a not convention. It's something for like incoming Avid teachers, but on top of that, there's like Avid directors and all this stuff, and then it's like talking about your experiences, sitting at the tables with, and it sounds so fun, and it's like pretty much the only thing I'm doing for the summer. On top of that, like, can we talk about how it's movie summer? Like every movie in the world is coming out through the months of like May, June, and July. My most exciting movie is the most excited I am for a movie. Okay, I don't know how to word that. Is Inside Out 2. I'm like insanely excited for that, especially because like I've talked about this on this podcast already. Like I'm so excited for it. And I might go with my friends. I might not. We'll see how that goes, but I'm very excited for it. Is there any other summer plans? Not for right now. I think I'm not having too much. I'm probably gonna hang out with my friends a lot because your girl's off and her excuse can't be I have homework anymore. Yes! You don't understand how excited I am for that because it's like that's the reason I couldn't call. That's the reason I couldn't do this or that or that. Blah, blah. And that like that's not even like including my friends. That's also including my family. The way I would be like, oh, I actually can't because I have a whole 5-page essay to write. Like happy I can. I recently cleaned my room. I decluttered, girl. Like, I took out so much stuff. So much unnecessary stuff that, like, I don't need anymore. It's, like, papers. And, like, not, like, school papers, but papers, like, I got from people that, like, I don't talk to anymore. But that's, like, not, like, just those, but just old papers. And I'm like, why am I keeping this, you know? And I deleted it. I have a bulletin board on my like mirror, my desk where I get ready every day, and I was just like, let's take some stuff off because it was so cluttered. And I was like, there was also stuff like in between the wood and the mirror, and I was like, I don't like that anymore. So I took it off, took a bunch of stuff off of my desk. I'm gonna do a closet clean out. I might film a video on that. I don't know. Maybe I'll give y'all like, oh, you know what I should do? I should like film this podcast and then like add like a clip of me cleaning out my closet and then be like, yeah guys. Also, let's talk about like summer plans for the podcast where I'm gonna be posting every week, hopefully, unless probably not during the Avid Summer Institute thing because that's like, I mean I might, I don't know, but specifically lots of friends. I am trying to get like my little sign up. Supposedly I'm supposed to have someone next week, no, in 2 weeks. Yes, and we'll see if I have other people by next week. I have multiple people. 5 people? Yeah. So I'm like very excited for that. So yeah, that's summer. Okay, so last time I talked to you guys, I think I was like my alone podcast. I think I was reading The Virgin Suicides. Crazy book. You need to read it for yourself. Like it's like self-explanatory. Like all 5 sisters die. Like we already know this. Like it literally says in the back of the book. So don't say you spoiled it for me. I didn't. It's literally called The Virgin Suicides. Read the name. But yeah, it was actually a very interesting book. I give it like a 4 or 3. No, I got a 4 or 5 because it was a very hard read. Like I was supposed to read it in the last month and I couldn't. But that was also because of school. So, I'm like so scared, dude, because I'm like, school's really scaring me because I'm like, how am I going to film stuff junior year? Where am I going to find 40 minutes of time? And people are like, it's the worst year of your life. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm starting Good Girl, Bad Blood, the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I don't know what's this whole murder mystery, girl, I don't know. Don't ask me. But I am starting that. I'm very excited. I read the first book, I read the first 100 pages in like such slow pace, and that's how I usually am with books, until like it finally gets like fast paced. That's when I start reading it. So yeah, someone has just gone missing in the book, so I'm going to read the heck out of that. And since it's summer, nothing can stop me. So that's also my summer plans. Oh, because I might buy a Kindle. Yes. So my sister got me into it. She was like, because there's the Kobe? No, it's not Kobe. What is it called? Is it actually? I don't know. There's like this other brand that's like more expensive and you can highlight things and all this stuff. But I was like, I'll just settle for a Kindle. And then I have given myself a goal. If I finish A Good Girl by Bud and oh my god, what's the third book? I forgot what the third book's called. But if I finish those two, I get to buy my Kindle and get to have a little readathon. I feel like I can read more if it's through a little, you know, a flat thing. Because also the problem is I can't read during night because one, I get tired very easily. But that's like not why I'm saying this. But it's also because I feel like I have to have like a good spot of lighting. So I'm like positioned weird. On top of that, I have to keep flipping pages while I'm like tired. And then I'm like, I want to go to bed. Yeah, so that's the reason I'm gonna get a Kindle. I am like for sure gonna get it eventually. Also with the fact that like my junior year is gonna be starting, I feel like it's gonna be easier to be carrying around a Kindle in my bag than carrying around a book every month. Also, the Kindle subscription sounds so much better where it's like 3 books a month for like $15, I believe. And then it's like, is it 3 books? So it's like you basically buy 3 books, but you don't keep them. But I'm like, that's fine with me. If I really want a physical copy, I will buy it. But yeah, so that's that. So yeah, it was my last week this week. It was our schedule was so weird. I actually missed the first day. So I actually only went to 3 days of school, but yeah, it was like a really weird schedule because we usually have regular days and then we have like the short days for finals day. But for some reason, they made our whole days like we get out like basically before 1, and I was like, okay. I think it was 12:48, no, 12:45, and then yeah, I was like, okay. So I was getting home early every single day, but it was fun. Had to say bye to my avid family once again. I don't know what yeah, that's me. My last 2 weeks, I feel like it was very stressful because of like, for some reason teachers like, you have to lock in, and I'm like, girl, this is when I'm locked out. This is when I'm not here. Like, I've already gone through how many days of school? Like, you're expecting me, but it's okay because I did end up, yeah. Summer clothes. Okay, this is like so summer. I have no summer clothes. I still have winter clothes because I'm a fall and winter gal. Those are my favorite months, if you didn't know. And it may be freezing, but girl, I can handle the cold. It's not like a negative degrees from where I live, so I'm like, I'm fine. Don't mind the rasp in my voice. I don't know. I was actually just on the phone with my friends and I was like screaming, so maybe that's why. Wait, actually I wanted to talk about this. Tell me why. Because I was talking about the last week. Today, we decided to play Five Nights at Freddy's with my friend. I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's in my life. I've always watched videos. My parents were super, like, I think they didn't want me to play it because when it came out, I was, like, 7. And they were like, you're going to have nightmares, and we know you. Which is true. They weren't wrong. I had nightmares all the time. Usually because, like, I had sugar at night. And, like, I believe my mom would say that, like, if you have sugar or candy or, like, a fruit right before you go to bed, you have a nightmare. Which could be not true. I don't know the science between that. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. But I think it's like when you convince yourself enough, it actually ends up happening. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm gonna have a nightmare. I'm gonna have a nightmare. Let's eat this apple. I'm gonna have a nightmare. And then I end up having a nightmare. So yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen tonight because I've said it. Oh my god. I'll update y'all next week. But yeah. We were playing FNAF and I was like, okay. Tell me why I get jump scared by Bonnie because our doors were not closing anymore and I pull up the camera and he comes at me and I literally, the adrenaline rush, I was sitting down, somehow I went from, there's like 2 desks in between where I'm sitting, so I was like, I got up and went to the other side of the table because the adrenaline kicked in and I was so in shock. I never want to be jump scared like that ever again. My heart was pounding and so was my friends, so thank you. But yeah, summer clothes. Like, I need to buy summer clothes. I really want a maxi skirt, but I'm also like, when am I gonna wear a maxi skirt? But I'm also like, will wear the maxi skirt. I don't know. I love the idea of summer, but I don't love the heat in summer. But yeah, that's me. So let's see how that goes. Okay. So I've been thinking about this. A year ago, I went to El Salvador in, I think it was like, no, it was 4th of July. Yeah, it was 4th of July. And throughout the whole trip, I was very, not like isolated. Like I did a lot of things, but I was also like in where we were staying a lot. One of my aunt's rooms, and it was fine. Like that was fine. But what I did in my meantime, because I didn't like bring books or anything, and like international, it's like different over there, texting people and whatever. So instead, to like pass the meantime, I wrote my first poem book, Heart to Heart, which has a lot of meaning in it. It has 110 poems. I feel like that's so less. Maybe 138. For some reason, that's ringing a bell. Actually, let me check while I'm speaking about this. So yeah, I wrote Heart to Heart. It took months to make because there was a lot of poems that were scratched out, poems that were like unfinished, and then poems that like I was obsessed with. So like in the meantime, I finished it from July. I started it to October. So July, August, September, October. So 3 months to make it. Yeah, and then I did a cutesy little cover. It was October 1st, I believe. So it was like almost exactly 3 months when I started it. And it was because like the year before I came out, I don't know why, but October and like September, I think it was October when I came out with my first book with Little Miss Lilac. That is my least favorite book I've ever written. And it's one of the 2 that I have, so that says enough. Yeah, I wrote it and I was super excited about it. It's like my favorite thing I've ever written, and I always go back to it and just like do a random number, and I'm like, okay, let's see like what book will come out of it, and I mean what poem will come out of it, and I always end up loving it because I'm like, there's some poems in here that I'm like, how did I write that? Because there's so much meaning in them, and they're not even like, not all of them are on like me, they're on like music I listen to, or other people's experiences by like books or stuff, and I'm like, girl, you're such an author, you're such a writer. I was thinking of writing a new poem book by June, because I mean a lot can happen in a year, so I'm saying, hold on, it's 130 exactly. Okay, yeah, it's 130 poems in here. Anyway, and they're long poems, they're not like one sentence or like a haiku or something. It's literally, it's quite a lot. It's a lot of free verses. There's some that are like rhyming. It's not, there's some that are sonnets, but I'm not like one to do that. So I've been thinking of writing a new poem book. I actually have a book poem account on Instagram, which is YM Loves Poems, which is supposed to be like YML Loves Poems because it's like my initials, but it's like YM as in like my middle name, and then Loves Poems. So yeah, I have that account, and I've been thinking of doing a cutesy little sequel that like matches it. So I want to do like a Heart to Heart, or like Heart to Heart, and then the sequel like something to something, you know. But yeah, I love my book. So I'm thinking of writing another one. I'm like for sure about it, but I'm also like, the only reason I wrote a Heart to Heart was because I was like, I had so much free time, because it'd be like we were in El Salvador and we'd go somewhere and then we'd come back and stay there for hours, and we didn't really go out because it's El Salvador's very stretched out, like every like landmark and all this stuff is so stretched out that it's like takes a long drive. So when we came back, it's like, you know, and we were, I don't know, waking up early some days, also some days we weren't, so it was like, you know, like sleeping kind of late, like all this stuff. I wrote it all on my notes app, and they're not on my notes app anymore, but they were before, and I was oh my god, dude. This is like a random thing. Billie Eilish's new album. I don't listen to Billie Eilish that much. I used to, and then like what's it called? What Was I Made For, when that came out last year almost. I was so obsessed with that song. But I didn't listen to Happier Than Ever. I still haven't. I think I only know like the song with the I'm happier than ever. That song is literally called Happier Than Ever. And then I also know My Future. But that's because it was like when I was like a fan, when we all fall asleep, where do we go? That album. I remember it was like a single after that and everyone was so obsessed and blah 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 blah. So yeah. But I listened to her new album, and tell me why I can't stop listening to that new album. Tell me why I hop into that album thinking, oh yeah, I only listened to it because it was on all over my TikTok, and also I really wanted to know what the song with the open up the door, that song. So I just was like, okay, let's tune in. And then I also was a fan when like the leak of Blue came out and everyone wanted, yeah. So was it called True Blue? Is it called True Blue? I think so. I could be wrong. But I remember seeing that and I was like, okay, let's see. And then I listened to the album. Tell me why Skinny is the first track on there, and why is it the most depressing track on there? Billy, there was no reason for you to start off your album like that. Why couldn't you start off your album with Lunch and then go to Skinny? Actually, no, I don't think that would have been any better. Because it was like, what do you mean you're going from Skinny, where I'm like sobbing my eyes out first lyric in, and then you go to Lunch? Why am I strutting through my room heck happy? Like, Billy. And then you go to the next song about opening up the door, and then was the fourth track Wildflower? I don't think it is. But either way, that whole album's so good. I love good short albums. I love albums. Like, please don't make your album 17 songs and they're like 6 minutes each, where it's like, girl, what do you mean your album's 2 hours long? It's like, I don't have time for that. So when I saw that it was like 45 minutes, I was like, oh, let's tune in. And I think I was like studying for something. So yeah, the reason I'm on that topic is because I cannot stop listening to the same exact artist. So let's give you the list. I think it's like 6 artists. My number 1 is Black Eyed Peas, which just started this week, but like Black Eyed Peas specifically, like I was just like, I know who they are since I was like 5 years old because they were like popular at that time. And then I was like, tell me why. I always rediscover them like every 2 months, and I'm like, all right, they're a thing. And then I listen to the same exact like popular songs. Specifically, like Rock That Body is like such a great song just because it's such a fun song to sing. But yeah, then there's like Amy Winehouse. No, I didn't watch Back to Black. Everyone's saying, I hate the fact that everyone was like hating on the cast and then being like, but the movie was good. It's like, so then don't hate on the cast next time. If the movie was good, like, that's all you should care about. I didn't watch it though, because, yeah. But yeah, love Amy Winehouse specifically. You know I'm no good. No, that's not that song. Oh my god, Valerie specifically, actually. Because tell me I will get up from my bed and start dancing to that song. That's my 2. Billie Eilish. I already explained that. Yeah. Jungle. Oh my god. Tell me, after I discovered them last semester in biology, during the whole Back on 74 music video had come out, I was so obsessed, listened to their whole album, listened to the other albums. They're also a song that I can get. They're like oh my god, they're my summer music. They're my summer music this summer. I'm so excited. Like, I love Jungle wholeheartedly. Like, you can't take that away from me. Okay. Here's the next one. I told ya that I was trouble. Okay. Sorry, just had to have a little singing break. What's the 5th one? Jesus Christ. Oh, and then there's Chapel Roan. Yeah, so that's the 6th, right? So there's Billie Eilish, Chapel Roan, Jungle. Oh my god, Queen. Oh my god, not be forgetting them. Yeah, okay. Let me give you like the rundown. So then Jungle, any song actually from the Volcano album, because yeah. For Chapel Roan, actually, not gonna lie, any song. I've been listening to Pink Pony Club a lot, but that's like a basic answer. So Hot to Go instead. And then for Queen, Radio Gaga or Hammer to Fall. Radio Gaga? Yeah, Radio Gaga or Hammer to Fall. So let's get into reminiscing with Yanira. Okay. I didn't think this one through. I actually wasn't my main focus this week. So instead, I'm talking about my first ever stuffed animal. Yeah, so I don't have her with me. It's this cutesy little bear. I don't want to get up because I'm lazy and I'm comfortable on my floor. So I also hate getting up because then I have to edit it out. That says enough about me. Yeah, oh my god, wait. Before we get into this, tell me why we had to do a podcast for Avid, and completely loved the idea, cause duh. But that was like a form of torture when I found out the whole class had to watch it, and that was not okay. I didn't like that. So yeah, that's like me. That's why it's like you have a YouTube channel though, girl. Like, what do you mean that was a form of torture? Like, you mean that there's people literally watching you on their phones that you know at school, and I'm like, no, there isn't. Tell me, like, I literally act like my YouTube channel doesn't exist when I'm at school. Someone asks me and I'm like, no, I don't know what that is, actually. No, you're probably thinking of a different Yanira. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. My first ever stuffed animal. So, what's it called? My sister got me a cutesy little animal when and she got it like at Walmart or something. I think it was Walmart. And I had just been born and she got it for me. And I still have that gorgeous little animal to this day, and he does not have a name, but it's a boy. Yeah, he doesn't have a name. That's like, I just didn't name him because to be, like, you can't name him when I had him since I was one, unless he had it. I think he does have a name. But yeah, I've had him since I was, like, I've had him since I was a day old. So, like, by the time I had, like, the consciousness of, like, speaking and stuff, which was till, like, 3, because turns out I was one of those kids who didn't learn how to speak until, like, which is so funny, because now I'm just, like, a yapper. Ew. That's gross, but that's true. Yeah, I, like, speak too much. But yeah, I was, like, I had a little speech delay, whatever. So he just didn't have a name. So by the time I had already had him, like, in my hands, like, he didn't have a name. Like, why would I name him 3 years in of already having the animal? So I was like, no. So yeah, he's my baby. Should I grab him? I'll put a picture of him if you, like, really want to see him. Like, he's right there right now. Like, he's just staring at you. He's looking a little rough. I did a before and after because I found a picture of him when he's, like, still fluffy or whatever. I love him. But, like, truly, I did not know that this little guy over here. What do you mean? I don't have any, like, recollection of him being so fluffy. Because I think I, like, threw up on him once or something. I had marker on him one time. Yeah, he's gotten washed a couple of times. He's, like, his fluff is gone. So seeing, like, a new one, it was, like, on eBay or something. I think it is on eBay. I don't know. There was, like, one left, and yeah. But I love him. He's, like, my emotional support stuffed animal. Like, if I'm ever stressed, I'll get him. Just because it's, like, it reminds me of the past. And you may be like, don't be stuck in the past. Girl, calm down. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it just gives, like, a cutesy thing to my, like, childhood. So, yeah. If I were to ever have kids, I would get them, like, baby bears. I've gotten one of my nephews a Build-A-Bear. I'm supposed to get the other one some, so stay tuned for that. But, yeah. I mean, like, baby bears as in, like, because he's, like, tiny. He's, like, tiny. So, let's get into interest or opinions. So I've been talking, I'm a YouTube gal, can you tell? Can you tell? So yeah, I'm a YouTube gal though, like in like actually, I am, like super, not the accent changing 3 times, but yeah, I'm like a YouTube gal till the day I die, or until YouTube dies. But I'm gonna give y'all the list of, like, my favorite YouTubers at the moment. So Number one is Smosh. So I already talked about this. I don't like talking about Smosh that much. I've been watching them since like 2017. And I probably watched them like early era of Smosh, where it was literally like Ian and Anthony only. Because I remember when YouTube, because on like the iPod, I remember like you know what's so weird? For some reason, when I think of an iPod, I also think of my sister's quinceañera. For some reason, I don't know why, but it's because on the iPad, I swear to God, I have a core memory of like walking into my mom's room and like it was either Black Eyed Peas was playing. That's literally like I'm not even kidding, or we had like a couple of songs downloaded to the iPod, so that's why I remember them. But either way, but I remember, what's it called? I remember the like YouTube app icon, which was basically like an old TV with two little knobs and like the thing in the middle, which was like the voice thing. That's like I know that vividly. Like you may be like, girl, for some reason I remember that. I don't know. And I thought I was going crazy the other day because I hear no one talk about it. So I was like, I'm going crazy. Search it up. It's literally right there. And I was like, oh my God, I remember that vividly. Either way. So yeah. Smosh, love y'all. Especially right now. They're like on their era of like coming back. So trust I am here. I love them so much though. They are one of my favorite YouTube channels like ever. So yeah, especially because it's like so much, it's like a great amount of content that it's like, girl, I have a week's worth of content. And I watch them in the morning because I have stuff playing in the morning. Or I play LD Shadow Lady. Yeah, I'm a kid at heart, okay? I watch LD Shadow Lady just because, like, guess what? Guess I don't care. I actually found her during quarantine, so I didn't find her during her gorgeous era of fame. I already, like, started watching her when she was at, like, 10 million subscribers, so don't play me. I knew who she was because I, like, watched, like, CBK. No, wait, that's not... Yeah. Well, I don't know who else I watched. But yeah, I knew who she was, so... I knew who she was, and like I watched her all the time, like duh. So now, I watch her all the time right now. I watch her on my TV in the morning just to like get ready, but I also watch her sometimes. I watched her in quarantine though, when like it was One Life or X Life, one of them, and like I was like, OMG. And then I just got through this whole phase, and she was like the only YouTuber I was watching for a hot minute. Jazzy Ann is on this list, but I forbid myself to talk about her because she doesn't post on YouTube anymore. So, that's fun. She was my favorite YouTuber ever. But she's like not a YouTuber anymore, so that's why I'm not saying she's my fave anymore. But yeah, she's like an era. I literally have her snacks merch in my closet right now. Yeah. I love her. I love her so much. I still follow her on Instagram and like follow her like she's literally one of my favorite YouTubers ever. If I need like a comfort video, I would maybe watch one of hers, especially that series where she went to Rhode Island. Either way, I sound like a nerd. Okay, then Brittany Broski, but I haven't watched Brittany's Broski report in like a hot minute. Oh my God, okay, I've been thinking of like renaming my podcast, but then I'm like, I'm not gonna rename my podcast because the covers all say Rambling with Yanira already. But it was gonna be the Hot Minute Podcast, but then I don't want it anymore. I'm keeping it as Rambling with Yanira, so deal with that. But yeah, I've been watching Brittany Broski quite a bit. It was specifically her podcast, but not her podcast, like the podcast that she goes on. Because tell me why this girl is like so comedic, where it's like, it's better when it's with someone else's podcast, like Zach Singh. Wait, what's his name? Or that, oh my God, don't even. Drew Afawalo. Oh my God, y'all are amazing. Or Trixie Mattel. I've been watching Trixie too. And she's actually not on here, but she. But yeah. And then currently Nicole Lano has been like, oh my God, up and coming. Love her so much. I've watched her. I've literally watched her YouTube video that came out today. That was her June reset. I just love her because, like, it's just such a warm, and she's so open with her audience. Like, the way she'll be like, mental health break, and she'll literally explain why. I'm like, okay, girl. She, like, I loved her whole UCLA thing of, like, explaining how like that heartbreak is, but I also love the thing of, like, rejection is redirection, because I think it really prepares me for the future. Like, that's, like, such a good quote. Rejection is redirection. Like, oh my god. So anyway, I've been watching her a lot, because also she's a lifestyle YouTuber, so I'm like, love you. I've always loved lifestyle YouTubers. Like, I literally watch, like, Alicia, or, like, who's another one, like, My Life is as Ava. I think it's right. Yeah, so watching that, or like Nikki and Gabby. Oh my god, lifestyle YouTubers are my heart and soul. So that's why when it came to Nicolino, also because they're like so close in age. Like, girl, what do you mean we're like a year apart? Like, I love her. So yeah, and then your internet mom Ash. Oh my god, she's like my favorite YouTuber as of right now. Her and Nicole, like, I love them. Yeah, your internet mom Ash. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. If I were to do commentary, she's just amazing. She does like reactions. Her listening to Billie Eilish's album and Olivia Rodrigo's album, and who else is? It was someone else's. You are literally so me. You're so me, girl. And then also like all the movies that she reacts to is like all the movies that I watched. And like, I love you, girl. I love you. So yeah. And then Singe and Drowning. I actually haven't watched Singe and Drowning like in a second. Like, I don't know why I haven't. I think I just haven't. But like, I got into them because of a friend, and then like their clips are always like on my For You page, so it's like how I watch them right now. But yeah, those are my interests and opinions. And I think, guys, sadly, this sleepover has finished, and I think it's time to go to bed. Don't be the first one to fall asleep. I've been to a sleepover twice, and I had a panic attack. I really made myself laugh there. That's like that's like in the iceberg. It's like all the way in the bottom of lore of me. Okay, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this little sleepover. Don't draw on my face. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are very comfortable in your PJs, and I hope you guys really liked this episode, and I will be back next week for episode 8. So thank you guys so much for watching my podcast, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye. Bye-bye.